Good afternoon, everyone. I am Shirish P. Rajan from Batch 4. Today, I am here to present a technical seminar on the topic plant disease detection and classification by deep learning under the guidance of Professor Prasanna Patil. Let us know the contents of presentation. First, we will discuss about introduction, then we will discuss about literature survey. Then we will go through the proposed system and we will know how it works. And then finally, we will get to know about the conclusion. Now, let me give you a small introduction about the plant disease. The old and classical approach for detection and recognition of plant diseases is based on naked eye observation, which is very slow method, also give less accuracy. In some countries, consulting experts to find out the plant disease is expensive and time consuming due to availability of expert. Irregular checkup of plant results is growing of various diseases on plant, which requires more chemicals to cure. Also, these chemicals toxic to other animals, insects, and birds. Automatic detection of plant diseases is essential to detect the symptoms of disease in early stages when they appear on the growing leaf and fruit of plant. For increasing growth and productivity of crop field, farmers need automatic monitoring of disease of plants instead of manual. Manual monitoring of disease do not give satisfactory result, as naked eye observation is old method, requires more time for disease recognition, also need expert, hence it is non-effective. So in this paper we introduce a modern technology technique to find out disease related to leaf, to overcome disadvantage of traditional eye observing technique. We used a digital image processing technique for fast and accurate disease detection of plant. Uh, the base paper is plant disease detection and classification by deep learning. In this paper, we present the current trends and challenges for the detection of plant leaf disease using deep learning and advanced imaging techniques. Uh, uh, in the first paper, with title Recognition of Plants Diseases Using Convolution Neural Network, published in the year 2020. The author has explained about the proposed work detects the symptoms of plant diseases at the very initial stage and classifies plant disease based on the symptoms using deep learning technique. The proposed approach recognizes the disease using a deep CNN. Uh, Next, with the title Detection of Plant Leaf Diseases Using Image Segmentation and Soft Computing Techniques, published in the year 2018. The author has explained about this paper presents an algorithm for image segmentation technique, which is used for automatic detection and classification of plant leaf diseases. It also covers survey on different diseases classification techniques that can be used for plant leaf disease detection. Image segmentation, which is an important aspect for disease detection in plant leaf disease, is done by using genetic algorithm. Next paper with the title CNN based leaf disease identification and remedy recommendation system, which is published in the year 2019. In this paper, the author has explained about the focus upon plant disease detection using image processing approach. This work utilizes an open data set of 5,000 pictures of unhealthy and solid plants, where convolution system and semi-supervised techniques are used to characterize crop species. and detect the sickness status of four distinct classes. And the aim of this paper is to help the farmers to protect his farm from any kind of pest and disease attack and eliminate them without disturbing the decorum of the soil. Uh, Next paper with image processing technique for automatic detection of plant diseases and alerting system in agriculture farms, which is published in the year 2020. The author has explained about the proposed system aims developing image processing technique for disease detection and alerting. Steps involved in this are image acquisition, image processing, image segmentation, feature extraction, classification, and disease characterization. After detecting the disease, it sends the alerts to the buzzer. Now let us know about the proposed work. This is the flow diagram of deep learning implementation. Uh, for the implementation of deep learning models, several steps are required from the collection of data sets to visualization mappings. Um, First, the data set is collected, then split into two parts, normally into 80% of training and 20% of validation set. After that, DL models are trained from scratch by using transfer learning technique. VGG is a convolution neural network from researchers, and their training plots are obtained to indicate the significance of the models. Then performance metrics are used to classification of images, means type of a particular plant disease. And finally, visualization techniques are used to classify the images. It is the most popular deep learning architecture. The recent of interest in deep learning is due to the immense popularity of and effectiveness of convents. The interest in CNN started with AlexNet in 2012, and it has grown exponentially ever since. In just 3 years, researchers progressed from 8-layer AlexNet to 152-layer ResNet. CNN is now the go-to model on every image related problem. The main advantage of CNN is compared to its procedures, uh, I- that it automatically detects the important feature without any human supervision. This enables CNN models to run on any device, making them universally attractive. All CNN models follow a similar architecture uh, as shown in the figure. There is an input image that we are working with. Um, we perform a series convolution and pooling operations followed by a number of fully connected layers. If we are performing multi-class classification, the output is softmax. Now let's go into each component. Uh, Convolution is the main building block of CNN. Convolution is a mathematical operation to merge two sets of information. In our case, the convolution is applied on the input data using convolution filter to produce a feature map. On the left side is the input of the convolution layer. On the right side is the convolution filter, and it is also called kernel. This is a 3 cross 3 convolution due to the shape of the filter. We perform the convolution operation by sliding this filter over the input at every location. We do element wise matrix multiplication and sum the result. This sum goes into the feature map. The green area where the convolution operation takes place is called the receptive field. Uh, the output of the convolution operation 4 is shown when the slide the filter to the right and perform the same operation, adding the result to the feature map as well. We will continue like this and aggregate the convolution results in the future map. This is an example of a convolution operation shown in 2D using 3 cross 3 filter. But in reality, these convolutions are performed in 3D, and image is represented as an 3D matrix with dimensions of height, width, and depth, uh, where depth corresponds to color channels. A convolution filter has a specific height and width like 3 cross 3 or 5 cross 5 or 7 cross 7. Uh, Now let us know how stride and padding works. Um, Stride specify how much we move the convolution filter at each step. By default, the value is 1. As you can see in the figure, we can have bigger strides if we want less overlap between the receptive fields. This also makes the resulting feature map smaller. uh, we see that the size of the feature map is smaller than the input because the convolution filter needs to be contained in the input. If we want to maintain the same dimensionality, we can use padding to surround the input with zeros. The gray area around the input is the padding. We either pad with zeros or the values on the edge. Now the dimensionality of the feature map matches the input. Uh, Padding is commonly used in CNN to preserve the size of the feature maps. Otherwise, they would shrink at each layer, which is not desirable. Uh, After convolution operation, we usually perform pooling to reduce the dimensionality. This enables us to reduce the number of parameters, which both shortens the training time and overfitting. There are three types of pooling: max pooling, average pooling, and sum pooling. Max pooling takes the largest element from the rectified feature map. Taking the largest element could also take the average pooling. Sum of all the elements in the feature map call as sum pooling. The most common type of pooling is max pooling, which just takes the maximum value of the pooling window. Pooling has no parameters. It slides a window over its input and simply takes the maximum value in the window, similar to convolution. We specify window size and stride. Here the result of max pooling using 2 cross 2 window and stride 2. Each color denotes a different window. Since both the window size are and stride are 2, the windows are not overlapping. Now let's see the feature map dimension before and after pooling. If the input to the pooling layer has the dimensionality 32 cross 32 cross 10, uh, using the same pooling parameters described, the result will be 16 into 16 into 10 feature map. Both the height and width of the feature map are halved, but the depth doesn't change because pooling works independently on each depth slice the input. By halving the height and width, we reduce the number of weights to 1 by 4th of the input. And the last layer is a fully connected layer. This layer we call as a FC layer. After the convolution and pooling layers, we add a couple of fully connected layers to wrap the CNN architecture. We flattened our matrix into vector and feed it into fully connected layer like a neural network. As showing in the diagram, the feature map matrix will be converted as a vector with the fully connected layers. We combine these features together to create a model. And finally, we have an activation function such as softmax uh, used to classify the outputs as leaf. Uh, but a fully connected layer expects a sorry, the output of the convolution and pooling layers are 3D volumes, but a fully connected layer expects 1D vector as numbers. So we flatten the output of the final pooling layer to a vector, and that becomes the input to the fully connected layer. These are the results. All the experiments are performed for input data disease. uh, the left side image is the input image, and the right side image is the disease identified. The disease identified for banana leaf is early scotch disease. uh, Beans leaf with a bacterial leaf spot. Rose with bacterial disease. Lemon leaf with sunburn disease, and beans leaf with fungal disease are considered. Here is the comparison. The training and the testing sets for each type of leaf, along with their detection accuracy, is shown in this table and graph. From the results, it can be seen that the detection accuracy is enhanced with proposed algorithm compared to the other approaches. The number of leaf uh, the number of leaf disease samples that were classified into 5 classes of leaf disease using proposed algorithm as shown in the table. From the results, it can be seen that only few samples from frog eye leaf spot and bacterial leaf spot were misclassified. Other two leaves with bacterial leaf spot disease and are classified as frog leaf spot, and one frog eye leaf spot is classified as bacterial leaf spot. The average accuracy of classification of proposed algorithm is 97.6. This paper presents the survey on different diseases classification techniques used for plant leaf disease detection, and an algorithm for image segmentation techniques that can be used for automatic detection as well as classification of plant leaf diseases later. These are the referred papers for better understanding of the technology. Uh, Thank you for your attention.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, before asking the
ma'am.
questions, just to know, who is that participant who has logged in with the name Vishu Tech? See, students are instructed to log in with their USN followed by full name. Yeah, he has logged out now. He has left the meeting. I saw another person also by the name Bharat Prince. See, we'll take the attendance. That's why we are recording everything. So you should log in with your USN and name. Okay. If you log in with some different names, how we can track the students? Okay. Well, Shirish.
Yes, ma'am.
So you are talking about the plant disease, right? Is it particularly the plant leaf or the stem of the plant or what?
Plant leaf, ma'am.
Only the plant leaves.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So while you explained a lot of technical concepts like polling and fully network and everything. So what you have understood from the method of polling? Go to that slide. Huh.
This one, ma'am.
Yeah. What are these values?
Ma'am, first, as showing in the figure, input layer, it will take a small layer for the convolution layer, ma'am.
Okay.
And that segment will be arranged in pixels, ma'am, like this. Left side box, ma'am. One second. Like this, ma'am.
In terms of 1 and 0. Oh, okay.
This is the filter, ma'am.
How this 1 and 0 is taken? I'm not convinced. Can you repeat it once again?
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅದು ಫೋಟೋ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗಿದೆ
Okay, that value.
ಒನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
Okay.
ಇನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
Okay. So you are making, it's a matrix of 1 and 0 here as the input.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is that filter or kernel?
Ma'am, it is used to what to say. One second, ma'am.
I think you are turning out pages, right?
No, ma'am.
Then?
Actually, I'm searching this one. Convolution process will be like this, ma'am.
Okay.
It will be moving one pixels to another pixels.
Mm-hmm.
The sum of the this filter, ma'am, it will be entered to the feature map, ma'am.
Okay.
After this, stride, ma'am.
This is
The next step is stride. Stride means, ma'am, the filter moving one step to right side, ma'am, means moving one pixel for right side. Moving filter is called as stride, ma'am.
Okay.
If we want the future map same as the input, we will add paddings, ma'am. The default value of these paddings will be 0. Or value of the edge pixel, ma'am.
Okay.
If we use this padding, the feature map will be same as the input map. After convolution layer, the pooling is done, ma'am. In this pooling, the 4x4 input image is converted to half of its, like this 2x2. In this, the filter is placed like this, ma'am. It will take the maximum value of that filter and it will be entered to the feature map.
Okay.
In this 6, 8 and 3, 4 are maximum values. It will enter to the feature map. I think I have. No.
Okay, that is fine. I got to know about that one, the maximum value. What do you mean by flattening of matrix into a vector?
Ma'am, flattening is simply arranging the 3D volume of numbers into 1D vector, ma'am, one dimension.
Okay, just converting that 3D values into one dimensional vector. value. Okay. Okay, fine. That's it. Hmm.
You have listed 4 to 5 diseases. These diseases are common for all the plants.
It depends on the disease, sir.
Then yours is only the particular plant you are going to identify, diagnose.
I'm not.
Because different plants, different leaves and plants will be having the different diseases.
Yes, sir.
So based on that, you have to work, but it is a generic technology you are applying for it. But you have fixed for those diseases, or you'll be doing diagnosis only for particular plants.
Not for particular plant, sir.
You just go to the slide before the conclusion slide.
Yes, sir.
Another one list of diseases you have. The accuracy and also you are seeing. Here also you can see here.
Yes, sir.
No, this is the fungus is a common for all this one, and bacterial and microbiological development in the leaves is common. But there are some algorithms they are using for CN and only to identify the particular diseases in particular plants. But yours is the general one. How do you differentiate? How do you classify these diseases?
Yes.
You don't you see. You go to the another this one.
Which one, sir? This one.
Yeah. Banana, beans, and rose. This is images for you. One more slide you have.
This one, sir.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇದು ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಪಾಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ ಐ ಲೀಫ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸನ್ಬರ್ನ್ ಫಂಗೈ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕಾಚ್ ಅದು ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇದು ಏನು ಅಕ್ಯುರಸಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಲೀಫ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಇದಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. See, bacterial leaf under this bacterial leaf spot 23 means what? How many? This is what actually 23. What is the number of this 23?
Number of spots, sir.
Number of this is nothing but region of interest. The particular spot of that region where which is infected by bacteria.
Yes,
You know?
yes, sir.
So in that particular leaf and frog eye is 2. And sunburn is not there, and other things are not there. That accuracy is 92.
Yes, sir.
Sir, 1 second.
Yeah.
This table concludes us. There are totally 25 leaves with bacterial leaf spot. Out of 25, 23 has been correctly classified and 2 has been wrongly classified. That's why the accuracy went 92.
That is
it right?
We thought of no, not like that. The bacterial leaf spot diagnosed for 23 spots. And these how many leaves you have taken? Only one. You are diagnosed only one leaf.
For which one, sir?
No, for any of this table.
I have taken 5 leaves, sir.
5 out of 5 bacterial spot is identified for 23. What is this number 23?
Disease spotted on the leaf.
23 out of 5 is 5 leaves, sir.
1 leaf, sir.
ಹೌದಾ ಹಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಲೀಫಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಲೀಫನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಫೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ನೀವು 5 ಲೀಫ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, 5 ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ 5 ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 25 ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಏನು ಲೀಫ್ 5 ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಆ 5 ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 23 ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಇರಬೇಕು, 2 ಫ್ರಾಗ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅವನ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ ಆಗಿ 1 ಇರ್ಬೇಕೇನೋ ನಿಮ್ದು. ಅದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಇದು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್. ನೀವೇನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರಿ?
Sir, my question is, can a single leaf can be affected by two diseases simultaneously?
Yeah, but not only two, it's more than 5, 6. It all
Okay,
depends. Fungus will be there in all the diseases. It is a common disease. And pathological, like disease in plants, there will be a cancer type of the diseases also there. Fungus is the one of the major disease, even in the sunflower and this lemon and all. Sunburn, as usual, it's all depends. ಅದು ಇದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಫ್ರಾಗ್ ಐ sometimes you will identify, otherwise it is a rare disease in plants.
Okay.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ how do they measure this accuracy is very important. ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಪ್ಪ accuracy?
ಸರ್ ಅದು ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ
ಅಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಅಕ್ಯುರಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ, ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿರೋದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಕ್ಯುರಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ CNN ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. somebody is using some other RNR, ANNR, something they are using for diagnose same disease, same ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಿಮ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಅಕ್ಯುರಸಿ ಏನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ 90% ಅಕ್ಯುರಸಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಾದ್ರು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಅದು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಈ CNN ಮೇಲೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಲೆಮನ್ ಲೀಫ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದೊಂದೇ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಲೆಮನ್ ಲೀಫ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ CNN ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಅಕ್ಯುರಸಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ, ನಮ್ದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಫೈವ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಿದೆ ಟೇಬಲ್, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದ ಅಕ್ಯುರಸಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ನೀವು ಬಾರ್ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೇಮ್ ಬಾರ್ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದಿರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ನ ನೀವು ವೇರಿ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಿರಿ, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಲೀಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದಿರಿ. 5 out of 5 ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಅದೇ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಸಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿನ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಯಾವತ್ತು ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಸಿನ. ಅದೊಂದು ನೋಡಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಆಲ್ಗರಿಥಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೈ ಸೈಡ್.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. Sir, can I end the meeting, sir?
No other questions from students?
Sir, this is the last meeting, no, sir. Prasanna, sir.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿದೆ.